Let's talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. The good. When I categorize Nigeria's presidents, the best we've had were Muritala Mohammed and Umar Musa Yar'Adua. So I'll call them the good. The Buhari's first outing was all right, even though at this point in time, I am convinced that the good aspects of Buhari's first outing were done by Tunde Diagmo, his deputy. And then we have things from Buhari's first outing that we still see today, which is his trademark for brutality and disobeying the law. You know, we had Buhari lock up a fella and all this stuff. And then we had Buhari, his retroactive laws, killing people with laws that he had just made, and, detaining people while putting some other people of his ethnicity on house arrest and so on. So basically, when you talk about the good leadership Nigeria has had, you talk about Umar Musa Yar'Adua and Muritala Mohammed. And I'm going to explain to you exactly why Umar Musa Yar'Adua is very different from what we have today. So the good is Umar Musa Yar'Adua, Muritala Mohammed. The bad was Goodluk Jonathana Dasuki. And the ugly is what we have today. And why do I say the government today is the ugly? Let's compare some things between Umar Musa Yar'Adua and Buhari-Osinbajo. Do you know that Umar Musa Yar'Adua, as WikiLeaks reported, just Google the article Disentangling Obasanjo. Umar Musa Yar'Adua gave EFCC the green light, that's Ugly-Buhari, to go against all corrupt cabal. He said, bar none. This we do not have today, where Buhari picks and chooses who he goes against. Well known, not going after Halliburton or Obasanjo's, Tinubu's, because Tinubu put him there, Atiku's, El Rufai's, a lot of people with open cases, Burattai's, Dambazau's, a lot of people with cases. Buhari gives EFCC a green light to only go after some and not others. Yar'Adua gave EFCC a green light to go against Obasanjo, who put him there, to go against Dangote, who sponsored him there. That's the difference, okay? Another thing is, according to WikiLeaks, Yar'Adua respected the law. Yar'Adua told Ugly-Buhari that go after everybody, bar none, but do not detain anyone outside what is stipulated by the law. Imagine how morally upright Yar'Adua was and how respectful of the constitution he was, compared to what you have today, where Buhari is just clearly violating the law, detaining people indefinitely without regard for the constitution. You cannot fight corruption by being corrupt. You cannot uphold the law by breaking the law. You cannot tell people to respect the law by being above the law, which is all Buhari is doing. And to see that this was reported in WikiLeaks as an essential polity decision of Umar Yar'Adua, WikiLeaks goes further to say that Umar Yar'Adua told Ribadu that make sure you have concluded your investigations before you make arrests. Compare that to the public charade that we have today. That's why this government is the ugly. I'll give you another one. Compare Osinbajo to Jonathan. You'll say, oh, Osinbajo cannot act because there's a cabal at the presidency. His hands are tied. I say Osinbajo is weak. Aisha Yusufu said he's looking for love, looking for this political, personal growth, not in the interest of the whole country, but political, personal growth. I say he's weak, like Donald Trump will say, low energy. Check this out. You would not believe what I'm about to tell you. Do you know that even though Yar'Adua was still alive and snuck into the country February 24, 2010, reports in March 17 have it that Goodluk Jonathana dissolved Yar'Adua's cabinet. Barely 3 weeks after Yar'Adua was snuck into the country, according to reports from March 17, 2010, Goodluk Jonathana had the courage to dissolve Yar'Adua's entire cabinet. And as Dora Akinyuli said, people should not worry that permanent secretaries are going to run, the ministries. But we have Osinbajo here today, and in no way can you say Goodluk Jonathana was in a more comfortable spot than Osinbajo is today. But Osinbajo is here today, working with Abba Kyari, Mamandaura, people who have been accused of subverting oil wells. He is here today shielding, 43 million Ikoyi, shielding Babachir, who allegedly stole from IDPs. He's begging for Sanusi Lamido, accused of corruption in the Emirates. According to papers, collaborating with Dangote, 100 million to bribe them. He's doing all of this, whereas you might say all these terrible things about Goodluk Jonathana, but Goodluk Jonathana dissolved. He had the guts to dissolve Yar'Adua's cabinet and start his own. Yar'Adua was reported dead May 5th. 2 months later, He dissolved the cabinet. Osinbajo cannot do that. So this government is the ugly. Corruption, escalation. Selectivity, terrible. Harassment of journalists and social media bloggers skyrocketed out of proportion. Economy mismanagement. Forex subsidy scam. Lots of processes just wrecking the economy. Forex policy in the gutters. Just imagine, Serap has to sue the Buhari government to reveal the names of alleged looters who they've recovered Nigeria's money from. That's how ugly this government is. Where they want to shield looters. They don't want to reveal the names of people who stole our money. Whatever dream you had of Buhari and Osinbajo, that is a nightmare. You know, Serap had to sue them. And then 2 years later, when Serap receives a judgment, you see, the only person I can trust that country in the hands of, apart from myself, that's why I'm campaigning. Because when you let people, you support people, and then they get there, and you see what they do, you feel a sense of responsibility. And that's why I'm like, at a stage you say, I have to do this myself. The only other person I can trust Nigeria in the hands of is Femi Falana. With his Serap team, which we are going to engage officially. We are going to engage that team officially as a government come 2019, or if the revolution brings us into power before that. So like I was saying, Serap had to sue Buhari to reveal the names of looters who have refunded money. And when they won the case, can you believe Malami comes and has the gumption to say that we are going to check for sub judice and we are going to release the names piecemeal. This is violation of court once again. The Buhari government violates court all the time. This is a clear, it's just like if I kidnap a woman and her child and the court says release them and I say, okay, I've heard the judgment, I'm going to release them one by one. So I release the woman next year and then I release the boy 2 years time. I'm obeying the order. This is the joke. Okay? This is what your Attorney General Malami, this is what the Buhari government represents. So they are going to just look for some names that they are not really attached to, who Malami doesn't have on his phone speed dial. The friends, Nigeria PLC friends, who he has now made. You know, the young boy Buhari brought him. This is all Buhari. So Buhari is corrupt. Jonathan was bad. Jonathan did not investigate any corrupt people. Buhari is ugly. He will shield corrupt people. This is the ugly administration. Guys, we have to work with Arewa youth. We have to put our differences aside. IPOB, we have to work with them. Arewa youth, we have to work. We have to work with all bodies. Come together. Wear your t-shirts proudly. Liberation from Nigeria PLC. Kill Nigeria PLC. Kill Goliath, however you want it. We have to come together. The Nigeria PLC are meeting in Ogun State right now. You see all of them? They are gathering together. They all run together like one family. They are scared. They are bundling together so they can have conversations and plan how to save themselves because they see this. They see it coming. We're going to destroy Nigeria PLC. So you could wear destroy Nigeria PLC. We're going to destroy them. I'm hoping as soon as this October 1st, we can have our independence from the cabal. It's time for it.